the first stage of cutting is to press your fabric to pre-shrink it, fold it in half, and make sure that the selvage is moving towards you. Now we are going to match our plaid vertically and horizontally. Okay, we want to make sure that the vertical lines and the horizontal lines are moving in the same direction and are straight line on top of each other. Okay, so I folded it in half. We're going to check the horizontal line first. I'm going to move my plaid up, right? It's almost close. Okay, so we want to make sure that the plaid or the strap lines are straight. Okay, so as you can see, it's moving in the right direction. Just going to check, right? Make sure that it's lying on the lines below. Okay, so as you can see, it's below, so I'm just gently going to roll it like that. To make sure that the lines fall right on top of each other. Okay, now I've checked my horizontal. I need to check my vertical to make sure that that is also moving. Okay, this is a little bit off, so I'm going to gently shift it. Right? Try and match it as close as possible. Okay? Now to make your life easy, you can just cut the end of the fabric so that you can roll it this way to make sure that it's right on top vertically, and you can also check it this way. See how it's very easy to check it on the horizontal. You cutting the side also helps you match it vertically. Okay, so here it's matching. Okay, same with this side. Okay, so when you're able to align your plaid both vertically and horizontally, we are going to start off by marking our front panel. After checking to make sure that your horizontal lines and your vertical lines are even, we're just going to start with our front panel. Okay. So you have to make sure that your front panel, the center front is facing towards you and it's in line with your selvage. Okay, check to make sure that this edge is straight in the same line with your selvage. Okay, and we're going to align the hem. Right, we pick one of the lines, so just going to pick, let's say, the bottom red line, and we're going to match the hem to that line. Okay, so I'm going to match the hem to that line, and I'm going to match the corner of the shoulder to the red. Okay, so the hem here and that corner here. That's one of the most important things to check for. The most important notch to look out for on your front panel is your armhole notch. Okay, so please mark that notch wherever it falls. Okay, you are going to match your top sleeve notch to that mark. Okay, so your top sleeve notch is going to match to your armhole, right? Because this is how you're going to stitch it, right? And you want your plaids to be even on your shoulder, chest, and sleeve, right? So I know that my armhole notch ends here. I'm going to place this. Okay. Move it. Make sure that your sleeve it's in line. Okay, so do adjust, make sure that you have enough room for your sleeve. Okay, now that's perfect. Right, so I'm able to fit my front panel and my sleeve. So do move your pieces around and make sure that you're able to fit it on the fabric. Okay, check the bottom to make sure that it's straight, and check for where your armhole notch is. Okay, so it's right in the middle of our plaid. Okay, so we make sure that the notch on our top sleeve is also right in the middle of our plaid. Now, after getting those notches in place and checking to make sure that your bottom is straight, we're going to just trace around our pattern. You can hold the pattern down with pins, or you can put a heavyweight object on to prevent it from moving. Now, since you guys are going to use your oak tag, it should give you a smooth edge to trace your patterns. Now, our next step is to trace our back. So we pick the red line where our front panel was lined to. Okay, and we match the hem of the back to it. Okay, again, we know that our shoulder top corner ended on the red line, so we match that as well. And also check to make sure that our grain line is straight. Okay, so after checking those two areas, we can also align our underarm. After placing our back panel, we can move on to our underarm. The most crucial point to check for is the notch on your sleeve hem fold. Check your previous pattern, the upper sleeve. We know it ended on the red again, so make sure that you align your undersleeve to that same line. It's on the red and my grain line is straight. So my grain line is moving on another red. So red to red. I make sure that the grain line is straight and my hem notch is right on the red. So it does match the front. Now the next piece is our facing. So with the facing, make sure that your grain line is straight. And again, we're starting the hem on a red line. Okay. So the grain lines are all straight. The most important thing to look for is your hem, the shoulder corner, the notch on your underarm sleeve, and the grain line on your facing. Okay, so this underarm notch is matching your upper arm sleeve. It's all on the red line at the top red line. Okay, make sure that it's all falling in the same areas. Okay, now you can go ahead and trace this. Okay, So we're just going to mark where it ends. First step will be to check the seam allowance on our center back, which is about 1 inch. We find the line on which that seam ends. So it ends right behind our green line. So we mark the green line, and we're going to pick that green line somewhere in the middle, right? So we can mirror our pattern, right? So this is one of the green lines. It ended right here, okay? I'm going to match the center to the green line. And I'm just going to trace around our collar. Okay. So that's our collar. The center line is on the green line and the bottom is on the red line. Since this is mirrored, I'm just going to retrace it on the opposite side, okay? Make sure that it's in line and even.